Good morning, students. A very warm welcome for the session for BoS for your success for upcoming examination in June 2023 for CA Foundation course, Paper 1, Principles and Practice of Accounting. I'm here with Priyambada Chhabra to guide you and to help you for preparing for your exam. We welcome our Director, Board of Studies, CA Vandana Nagpal. She'll share some insights and she'll guide you for the exams, upcoming exams. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Priyambada. A very good morning to all my dear students. I think, I hope that all of you would have done very well in your 12th exams. I think now you would be free from your exams and you would be concentrating fully on the exams which are going to be there in the month of June, right? So students, I think you would have attended our classes which we had done for the foundation examination, which is to be held in the next month. In case you have not been able to see our classes live, I'll request you and advise you to see our recorded lectures so that your preparation is up to the mark, right, students? And I hope, students, you would have also appeared for our mock test series 1 as well. And let me tell you, students, we have got a remarkable response from all of you. So many students have registered for our mock test series 1 as well as for mock test series 2, which is going to be held from 22nd of this month. So students, we are all there with you. The Board of Studies, ICI, is there with you to help you in taking the first step towards the CA course, right? Students, so ensure that you do your revision well and appear for the mock test series papers also, because it's going to help you in assessing your preparation, which will help you during the exam time, right? Take it as a dress rehearsal. See, whenever there is a big show is going to happen, a big event is going to happen. So appearing in foundation is going to be a very big event for you, right? So you need to be well prepared. So we are helping you in giving the mock test papers for you, which we advise you that you can always go to our branches. You can register over there and then you can go in person and appear for the exams, right? And in case you are not able to do, you can always register on the BoS Knowledge Portal, can download the papers during the exam time and attempt those papers, and thereafter we are also uploading the suggested answers for you. Check where you have gone wrong and see what was something which was expected from you, which you were not able to write correctly. And kindly mark it, the paper number 1 and paper number 2. These are two papers which are subjective. These 200 marks papers are subjective in nature, so your writing skills will be tested. Like in the paper of Principles and Practice of Accounting, you know, you would have already done in your 12th standard, students who are coming from the commerce stream, and all those who are not coming for the commerce stream, we have also made available for you the material, as well as we have also provided you with the lectures also. So you must see that you need to do the the practice in hand, right? Do all the steps in a seriatim, because you are going to be marked as per the steps which you will be doing it. Don't think that if your answer is correct, your balance sheet is tallying, life is, you are going to get full marks. It's not like that. Even though your balance sheet may not tally, but your steps, you have done it correctly, you are going to get the due marks which are allotted for those steps. So students, your practice in hand, don't think that you are doing the calculation on calculator is not going to help you, because this is something you have to do it with your own hand, because this will make you well prepared for doing it during the examination conditions. right? So students, we are here for you. And another one thing is there, that I hope you would have downloaded our BoS mobile app also, because this mobile app is a very handy single sign-in feature for you, so that you are able to get all the material, all the announcements, all the, say, your revision test papers, suggested, everything you are able to get it from here. So students, one more thing is, you have to be updated with what all is happening, and you must keep watching the website of the institute, BoS Knowledge Portal, which will give you what all is happening, what updates are there, you'll be able to know very well, right? So students, this BoS for your success, we are doing it for the foundation level for the first time, right? And our in-house faculty, those who have prepared the material for you, are going to take you through as to what are the issues which you face while doing your exam, what are the problems you face while attempting the paper, and how you need to study, how you need to read the question, what is expected from you in the question. So if you have understood the question well, you'll be able to write, you'll be able to attempt the question well. So students, you can pose as many queries as possible. And this you can do it for this paper. You can, during the session, you can keep posting on your queries, and Priyamvada will try to respond to all your queries, and she'll guide you as to how you need to attempt this paper, right? And student, in case you feel your queries have not been addressed, still you have some more queries. You know, in the BoS mobile app, we are having one feature of Ask Your Query. So students, you can always post your specific query, and our faculty will be responding to you in the 72 hours time, right? So before exams, during exam time, we are ensuring that all your issues, all your queries are getting addressed, so that when you go for the exam, you are mentally at peace, you know the paper well, so that you can attempt them well, right? And students, in case you feel you are watching this particular session, you tell your friends also, ask them to join in big numbers and make use of this particular initiative of the BoS for you. The Board of Studies of ICAI is there for you and always with you. This is the first step towards the CA journey. And we are there with you at this level, then at the intermediate level, then at the final level. So each and every stage, the Board of Studies of ICAI is there with you. We are going to help you so that you are able to become a true professional, a true chartered accountant, and a renowned chartered accountant. You know, students, CA is a very coveted profession, right? So you just mark it that you are entering such profession where your career is going to have a boost up, right? The kind of respect this profession is having, and through you, the profession is also going to reach the highest of the marks, right? So we want you to be there with us. We are there for you to handhold you and attend these sessions, have your queries resolved, and attempt the exams in the next month. And I'm telling you that you are going to be a successful person and you are going to enter the CA course, right? So it's just a matter of 1 month. Work hard, forget everything else, what all is happening around you. You have to be at peace. Whatever the result be, you are a successful person. Don't think that something you are not able to achieve in first attempt, it's going to be the end. Life is too big for such small things. So be very, very strong. Your parents are with you. Board of Studies is with you. Our president, vice president, our chairman, vice chairman, The wishes of all of them and the Board of Studies is there with you. So I'll not take much time. I'll be inviting Priyamvada, CA Priyamvada. She'll be taking you through this session. I hope you will be really gaining from this session, and keep posting your queries. She's for you and Board of Studies is for you. Thank you and all the best to all of you. And Priya, Priyamvada, all the best to you as well. So please take the start the journey with the students. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. A very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you so much, ma'am. You've heard the kind words of our Director, Board of Studies. She's very right. This is your time now. It's only 1 month for your exam. Your first exam is on 24th of June. So you have only 1 month left with you. Now it's time to gear up, boost up for your preparations. So we are here to help you. Very true. You can ask us as many queries as you want. You can tell us what do you want, what is your requirement. We'll always help you for your preparation. So we are here for this subject, that is Principles and Practice of Accounting. What is this accounting for? First of all, many congratulations to all of you who have scored well and who have completed their class 12th examination. I'm sure those students who have who are from the commerce background must be little confident. Yes, we are already aware of this accounting subject, and science students could be little tense that we are not aware of the subject and we have only 1 month. Don't worry, everyone is good everyone is competent and you can easily score good marks in this subject. So let's start with the subject. I'm receiving many queries. Thank you so much for the feedback and for the queries. I'll take all your queries. Good morning, everyone. There are so many students. I cannot speak everyone's name, but good morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to all of you. Yes, we'll take the queries and I'll surely help you and guide you with all the things. Then how can you prepare? What is the subject of accounting? This subject is to develop an understanding of the basic concepts and principles of accounting and in preparing the financial statements and problem solving. This subject is of basically the accounting basic. You know what is chartered accountancy course, chartered accountants. So accountants is already inborn in this word, right? We are all professionals, we'll all be future professionals, right? So the accounting understanding is first and foremost thing while entering in this paper, in this course. So how to start the preparation? Unless and until you don't know the fundamentals of this subject, you will not able to secure well and you'll not be able to be a good professional. You have to be a good, you have to have a very strong fundamentals for accounting. So this paper basically involve what are the accounting principles, what is basically accounting, what are the few things which we need to be sure while preparing the financial statements. So here this paper, I'll tell you serial wise what all we have to do, how do we prepare for the exams and what are all our contents, everything I'll guide you with the things. All right. So these are coming to the PPT here. I'll tell you what is the BoS input, what are all inputs we provide you here. One is study material of September 2021 edition, along with the corrigendum, which is issued in the website. Please see all the things over there. Your study material is your Bible. You should prepare from the Bible, your study material to secure good marks. And then RTPC, we have 2 examinations. That is, one is in June and another one is in December. So before June and December, our BoS provides so much of material for the students to prepare well for their examination. One is RTP, that is revision test paper, where each and every question, each and every chapter has one question for you to revise, revision test paper, for you to revise the whole chapter. That is why it is given to do everything. to revise the chapter. So you should always practice from revision test paper, then mock test paper, which our director have already told you that these papers, mock test papers, are basically your assessment. Where are you? Where do you stand at your preparation level? This is a dummy of your examination. A question paper is given to you. So this practice is only will help you to assess yourself. Where do you stand? You can perform that paper, you can do that paper in 3 hours time, and you'll be able to analyze yourself how much you have prepared in your examination. And then the suggested answers of the previous year question papers, there are many attempt question papers over there on the website. Please see those question papers and see the suggested answer. What is your issue? Where do you stand? And what do you have any problem in any previous question? You can ask us anytime. Then student journal reference for the quick revision. You are already aware there is a student journal which has been issued by ICI Board of Studies, where we give a crux, a small, simple format for the whole chapter. You can see that and you can refer that for your quick revision before examinations. Coming towards the plan of your studies, since the exam is coming on 24th of June. Now you have almost around 40 days. Today we are on 15th of May. How to plan your preparation? Your preparation for CA Foundation exam should be in 3 parts. One part is the practice of all the questions and all fundamentals. First, see your study material. You should practice each and every question of your study material. You should not leave anything. Each and every question should be done by your hand, not by just reading. See, this paper is a subjective paper. Usually what we do is, since we are short of time, let's read the question and let's go to the question. Let's leave it, read, and let's go. But accounting subject is not a reading subject. You should practice your question with your hand, with your pen, make a register, practice each and every question. This I am assuming that you must have done once, since we have only 40 days left. Now the second preparation. While doing the first round of revision, you must have noticed that these questions are important, that these questions have something new. And yes, I've also noticed many students do only illustrations. Test your knowledge questions are equally important, students. Please see the answers also there. Test your knowledge questions you should also practice. So while performing the first revision, while doing the first revision, please practice each and every question. Then mark all those questions which have some different point, some tricky point, and you are stuck in a point. Please mark that question. Yes, this question is good for us. While doing the second round of revision, do those questions. But that doesn't mean if you have one chapter, the questions you select only 2 or 3. Out of 10, you should at least cover 6 to 7 questions. Make 6 to 7 questions which you think is tricky, and you should do it by hand. Now, while performing the second revision, you go through all the chapter, go through the questions, and those questions which you have marked are tricky, perform that to solve that question again in your register. Now you have done it 2 times. Now your hand is aware which point, where to write, what to write. This revision should you start doing by today itself. So please do it by your hand. Now the third round of revision would be just before the examination. Since this is your first examination, you can give 2 to 3 days for this exam. And now try to do each and every question, try to see what all adjustment. And since if you are reading also, the reading won't work unless and until you practice each question. If you have already done 2 times revision, then during the third time, you'll be very confident. Yes, this I'm already aware. This I already know. Yes, these types of questions I've already done that. So this is the way you should always practice. You should always perform well. And I will just a small thing that you make it easy for the examiner to check your paper. He'll make it easy for you to give marks. So always prepare yourself in such a way that you don't need to spend much time during the examination. Coming towards the plan of study, how should you plan your preparation? That I've already discussed with you, the 3 rounds of preparation. It is not only for my subject, it is also for the other subjects, since you already know for foundation examination, passing in only accounting will not help you to clear the foundation exam. All the papers should be cleared by you. And I am not here to help you only to clear for the exam. You should always think for higher. So you should prepare yourself to get good exemption. And I'm sure if you have done your study material, all these content, revision test papers and everything, then I'm sure you'll be able to score very good marks in the exams. So let's see the queries. Miss Sai G is asking, I've completed only 30% of syllabus. How should I prepare now? I've just told you, Miss Sai, that practice questions. If you have completed only 30%, don't worry. You can do the remaining 70%. You still have around 40 days with you. So devote time. You have to see the course of chartered accountancy is not that you can spend only 2 hours in a day and you'll be able to secure good marks or you'll be able to clear. You'll be a future professional. You'll be a competent person. Everyone will see you, okay, he's a chartered accountant or she's a chartered accountant. They'll see you with respect. So you have to, for that, you have to devote a good time to your studies. So practice while performing the question, while practicing the questions, while doing with your hand, it takes time. I know it takes time, but this time will give you good benefit in the exams. So even if you have completed only 30% of your syllabus, don't worry. You can complete your 70% of your syllabus. Start preparing it from now only. Dedicate time. Do not do selective study. You have to attempt, you have to prepare each and every chapter. Nothing, you cannot leave anything. All right. Miss Sakshi is asking, June 23 attempt is hard. See, we are not aware of how the exam will come, but yes, if you you have solved each and every question of your study material, I'm sure there's nothing hard. And dear student, there's nothing hard in life. You just have to deal with it. How do you see? How do you perceive the situation? So if you practice well, if you perform well, if you work hard, there would be nothing hard. Is the Mr. Pratyush is asking, in other words, is sequence important? I'll tell you the sequence. Just wait. I'll discuss with you. Miss Radhika is asking, ma'am, ये class किस month की examination के लिए है? This is for June 2023 examination. I've already told you. Miss Disha Agarwal is asking, does solving previous year question papers during second revision help? Yes, it will surely help you. But yes, I'm assuming that during first revision, you're already through with your study material. First, focus on your study material. Yes, previous year question papers are equally important. If you solve it, so it will be very beneficial for you. This time, accounts exam will be hard or lengthy with Miss Parita. See, I am not aware of that. I already told you that everything, the paper is hard or lengthy is only your perception. If you have already worked hard, if you have already practiced each and every question, then there's nothing hard. How to prepare theory? I'll just help you with this. Tell ma'am, Mr. Rehan is asking, ma'am, tell some chapters that will give passing marks. I'll tell you, students, each and every chapter is equally important. I'll discuss this section wise and skill wise weightage with you to help you to how much time do you dedicate in one chapter. I'll discuss it with you. Okay. So many queries. How Miss Ruby is asking how to cover all material in accounts. You have sufficient time, dear student. You can prepare easily. Miss Saroj Yadav is asking, ma'am, all subject equal, not manage. So please study manage. Okay, first I'll tell you how to manage your time. How to manage your time. Students, now I'm assuming that you're free and you're dedicatedly devoting your time on the preparation. You have full day with you. So you have two practical subjects, that is your accounting and your mathematics. The practical subject you cannot leave. I'm not telling you only for the accounting, I'm telling you for the whole subject. So dedicate your time. The practical subject should be done on a regular basis because practical subjects need time, need practice. So dedicate your time, at least 2 to 3 hours you'll spend on on accounting and mathematics. And then the remaining time you spend on your theory subject. That doesn't mean that theory subjects are not important. They are equally important. Law, economics, everything is important. But for this practical subject, especially, you have to practice each and every question. Only studying, only reading the question won't help you. So dedicate your time. At least 7 to 8 hours study is easily required for your preparation. Only hard work will be helping you to get good marks. Mr. Pratham is asking for practice more, how we do other question practice than ICI module. There are MTPs, there are revision test papers, 2 rounds of MTPs are there, previous year question papers are there along with the suggested answers. You can practice all the questions from there. In case you have any query, you can easily ask us anytime. All right. Miss Muskan saying, ma'am, please tell me if I could clear my foundation exam if I start studying today. Yes, you can easily clear your foundation exam, but do not waste your time. Start studying from today. Devote as much time as you could, 8 to 9 hours on your studies, so that you could score well in your exam. And practice all questions. Okay, Ms. Ritu Tiwari is from science background. Yes, don't worry. If you are from science background, that doesn't matter. You can study from the study material. If you are unable to understand, we'll help you. We'll surely help you with the exam. Okay. So, how to prepare? When you are doing your first round of preparation, translate all your knowledge into notes, the notes format. Then prepare big diagrams, small diagrams. Okay, at the time of the preparation, at the time of last revision, that could help you. Okay, this was there in this topic. And at the later stage of preparation, you'll be revising in the lesser time and lesser efforts. This is what I was trying to tell you, that translate all your knowledge into brief notes. You should, write it in your own language when you are preparing, when you're doing your first preparation, translate everything into a brief notes in your own language. For example, journal, ledger, you write it in your own language. All those 3 rules, write it in your own language. Then prepare a diagram for the support. And then at the later stage, this will only help you to revise easily within lesser time and lesser efforts. Okay, one student has asked me that how to prepare for the theory. Dear student, your first chapter theoretical framework is of theory. So please go through everything from the theory. Read each and every chapter, accounting concepts, accounting assumptions, principles. 5-mark question, around 5-mark question does come from that paper. And if you could write well, you can write it in your own language, prepare notes, some short notes, and write it in your own language. Don't worry, you can easily understand. And if you are unable to understand anything, please refer our LVC classes. For LVC classes, live virtual classes, you have to download our mobile app, BoS mobile app, where you can see all the recorded sessions also. If you have missed something, you can see the recorded session. You can repeat those sessions if you are unable to understand, but see from that perspective only. All right, so it is not that difficult. You can easily, BoS is providing so much inputs to you that you can easily prepare and you can just give a thorough understanding for your exams. Okay. What are the amendments in our paper? Amendments are such relevant notified sections of the Companies Act applicable for the May 2023 examination. And I told you the 2021 edition of study material along with the curriculum, which is already hosted on ICA website under BoS knowledge portal. Now, what is your strategy for preparation? I've already discussed with you, there should be 3 rounds of preparation. But yes, see here, acquaint yourself with the syllabus of your preparation. You know what is our syllabus? Our syllabus is divided into 10 chapters. You should be aware what is the section-wise and skill-wise weightage for the chapter, which I'll be discussing with you in the next slide. Then assimilate all the knowledge inputs that I've already told you, revision test papers, mock test papers, and suggested answers, previous year questions, and your ICAI study material. Then plan your study in a manner that keep you for at least 2 rounds of revision. They are telling you for the 2 rounds of revision. Why? Because before examination, you'll obviously do another 3rd round of revision. All right. Solve each and every question of study material. Student, this is the key for your success. I'm repeating again and again, solve each and every question. Your each and every question should be done by your hand. And if you don't have time, solve all difficult question where you think there is some trick, there is some point. So you have to solve each and every question for the study material. Visit BoS announcement, BoS knowledge portal website on a regular basis. Please keep checking on weekly basis or maybe on 3 days. You keep checking your social media post after every hour. You can check BoS website also, at least 2 days, between 2 or 3 days, right? You can have that much time that you can check your BoS knowledge portal, right? Okay. Now I'll help you. I'll help you with the syllabus. What do you have in your syllabus? Your syllabus is divided into 5 parts. That is 5 sections, which is first section contains theoretical framework. This is your first chapter, theoretical framework. It contains all the theory of accounting. What is accounting? What are accounting assumptions? What are accounting principles? Expenditures, revenue and capital expenditures. What are accounting standards? These are all the first chapter, the basic concepts of first chapter. This chapter has a weightage of 5 to 10%. So don't think that you can leave this chapter. Usually a question comes from this chapter, capital and revenue expenditure. This is a very important topic. Usually question comes that classify these things into capital and revenue expenditure. Unless and until you don't know what are capital revenue receipts and expenditure, you cannot do that question. And while performing this question, read properly. There are many few things which come where, usually students skip while doing that. For example, I tell you a question. Many a time, a question came, an insurance claim received on account of inventory damage by fire. Usually question comes that on account of machine damage by fire. But here the question they have written is inventory damage by question. The insurance claim received. Insurance claim received on account of inventory. So this is a revenue expenditure since inventory is a stock, right? So you need to study, you need to understand what is the question asking and what is the requirement. So please read question very properly and very thoroughly. Okay, section 2 pertains to accounting process. That is your chapter 2, a bank reconciliation process in inventory and concept and accounting for depreciation. This chapter is also equally, section is equally important. It contains 25 to 30% of your weightage. So how important this could be if it contains 25 to 30% of marks weightage. Accounting process contains journal entries, ledger entries, journal ledgers, purchase books and the subsidiary books, then cash book, and then rectification of errors. So these all units can come under this accounting process. These are all basics of accounting. Then a bank reconciliation process. How to reconcile a bank statement and a cash book. This is all given in this chapter. Inventories, how to calculate inventories, when the inventories are changeable or interchangeable and they are not interchangeable. What are the procedure? What are the formulas? Everything is discussed here. Then concept and accounting for depreciation. What is depreciation? Depreciation is on the fixed asset, tangible assets, that is for normal wear and tear. So what are the methods for depreciation and how to calculate depreciation? This is all discussed in this chapter. Now, section 3 comprises of accounting for special transaction, which has a weightage of 15 to 20%. You know what chapter is this? This is chapter 6. And this contains 5 units. One is bill of exchange and promissory note, sales of goods on return basis, then consignment accounts, average due date, and account current. Student, this unit is easy. Don't think that this is difficult. This is very easy. Average due date and account current are purely mathematical chapters, and bills of exchange, if you are thorough with your journal entries, bills of exchange you can easily solve. So this is also important. 15 to 20% of the weightage is given to this unit. Then section 4 comprises of financial statements of non-financial statements. Basically, till the section 3, it is assumed that you're thorough with your theories, thorough with your basic fundamentals of accounting. These are all basic fundamentals of accounting: a journal, ledgers, cash book, how to rectify errors, and then inventories, bills, bank reconciliation statements, bills of exchange. These are all theory, fundamental, basic and fundamental. Now you are already aware of all the theories and all the fundamentals. Now, how to use these fundamentals while preparing the financial statement. So section 4 comprises of the financial statement. This is a very important section. This will help you in future also. See, we are here only for the foundation. No, we have to study. We have to prepare for your inter and final examination also. So if your theory, if your basics or fundamentals are clear, then only you'll be able to secure well and you'll be able to study for your inter and final examination also. The path is not that easy. Path is very big and you have to study. You have to study very hard for this. Fine. The section 4 comprises of 30 to 40%. Here, all chapters covers financial statement, final account of sole proprietor, partnership account, financial statement for not-for-profit organization. There are 3 types of non-corporate entities. Here, sole proprietors means how to prepare accounts for a sole proprietor. Fine. And partnership, when there are 2 or more persons entering into an agreement, is a partnership account. What are the cases when a new partner is admitted, when a partner is retired, in case of death of the partner, calculation of goodwill, calculation of GLP, all these are considered in this. And then the financial statement for non-for-profit organization. How to prepare their financials since they are not for profit organizations. Then section 5 comprises of introduction to companies account, which covers 10 to 15% of your weightage, exam weightage. Of your exam weightage, where it covers, this is also important, companies account. In inter and final level, you'll surely study the company's account. That it concludes the shares and debentures, issues and issue of shares and debentures, forfeitures of shares and debentures, reissue of forfeited shares, how the shares are forfeited and how they are reissued, and then statements of profit and loss account and balance sheet as per schedule 3. So this is the weightage. I hope you got through the weightage. Now, what kind of questions are asked in the exams? There are 2 types of questions which are asked in the exams. One is application based and another is comprehension and knowledge based. What is application based? Please understand, application based is whatever knowledge you have gained in while preparing your exam, just apply that knowledge. For example, solving the questions. The questions involving application that may comprises of testing the student's ability to apply the specific accounting concept. Whatever you have studied, whatever you have understood, apply those concepts and principles of accounting to different transaction and events in preparation and presentation of financial accounts. See all the financial accounts, how to prepare that in proprietorship, partnership, and NPO. These are basically problem solving questions. And then another are comprehension and knowledge based questions. These are short note questions, true and false questions. Student, please understand, these are very easy and very convenient questions. Comprehension and knowledge based question. If your theory is well and if you have studied thoroughly, you'll able to easily secure these marks. I'll tell you in the future PPTs and future slides that there is a question of true and false. First question is about true and false of all the syllabus, and true and false are very easy and very scoring. So if you prepare well, each true false contains 2 marks. Each true and false contains 2 marks. So 12 marks are very convenient to take. Usually the first question of your paper is very easy. So I'll tell you what is the pattern of the question paper. These true and false, these are all knowledge based questions. So please solve each and every true and false of the study material of your MTP, RTP already given there, and try to incorporate all the theory in you, right? Let's see the queries. There are many queries. Ma'am, are there some ways to complete paper fast and within the time limit? I'll tell you. I'll help you with this. Mr. Siddhim, Mr. Chuka, can I complete entire syllabus if I start studying from today? Very true. Yes, you can easily complete. Mr. Om Kanani, ma'am, if I start now, can I pass the exam? Yes, you can easily pass the exams. Mr. Pothraj Rishabh, ma'am, give us some paper presentation tips. I'll help you with this also. Miss Riddhi Singh, ma'am, I've prepared all the chapters well, but still I got confused in BRS and rectification of the. See, if you are confused, please see the LBC classes, or if you're still unable to understand anything, please mail us, or please give your ask your query. Ask all your queries over the ask your query under the mobile app. Miss Khushi Sharma is asking, I'm doing my preparation good, but sometimes I feel I forget some things in question. This is only lack of practice, due to lack of practice. Practice questions, each and every question. And I'm telling you, after second revision, you will be confident yourself only that, okay, I know everything. Ma'am, I'm Aman, Mr. Aman Sharma. Ma'am, I've completed my 80% of syllabus, but I have lack of confidence. Ma'am, please tell what to do. Why do you have lack of confidence? You have already completed 80% of your syllabus. Don't worry now. See, only hard work will not help you make smart study also. I've already told you what are the section-wise weightage for the exams, and this is also hosted on website as well. So see how much time you devote on each and every chapter. This much time you can devote on this chapter. For theoretical framework, if this is only 5 to 10% of mark, so the lesser time should be devoted on the section which requires making financial statement. That is section 4. So obviously make a smart study. Think how much time do you devote on it? And if you have already done your 80% of syllabus, don't worry. You'll be able to secure. Revise, please practice each and every question. You'll be able to secure marks. Mr. Pampati, madam, I've solved about 10 MTPs and 3 RTP, and I am getting 65 to 75 marks upon correcting by myself. Can you suggest me how to improve, and can you also suggest me some tips? I've already given you tips, and I'll be giving you the tips during the whole session. Don't worry. You've done 10 MTPs, which is very good, and 3 RTPs, which is very good. Keep preparing yourself. Practice one more time your study material, and upcoming MTP is coming. So assess yourself through the upcoming MTP also, which is on 22nd of May. What should we carry to exam hall? Please see your exam guidelines for this, Mr. Pramod. Mr. Raj, ma'am, when we prepare final accounts, should I make threading? I am unable to understand what your query. Ms. Princey is asking how to manage anxiety when exam comes closer. Okay. Mr. Mithilesh is asking, ma'am, in accounts, it is compulsory to study all the chapters because it is very lengthy. Yes, it is very much important to study all the chapters. Even if they are lengthy, you devote your time, but you have to study each and every chapter. How to write theory question, Ms. Shreya is asking. See, theory questions, even if you write in your own language, nobody will deduct your marks, but the point should be very clear to the examiner and it should be clearly understandable to the examination. Your handwriting and your language should be very clear, and it should be to the point as well. If in examination it is asking capital and revenue expenditure, and if you're writing capital and revenue receipt, your marks will be deducted. You won't get marks. So please answer only that question which is being asked in the question paper. All right. You can write point wise also. Mr. Rohan is asking, rather than going for illustration, should we directly practice the question from RTPs, MTPs, and previous year question papers? See, illustration will form a base for your preparation. It will help you to understand the concepts, principles of each and every chapter. Then you go for practicing the RTPs, MTPs questions. You'll be able to gain confidence. Okay, then you're already aware of the concept. These illustrations will help you to understand the concept. Miss Sophia is asking, ma'am, I've completed study material. Now what I should do? I've already told you, study from RTPs, MTPs, and previous year question papers. Ma'am, Mr. Ranjit is asking, ma'am, is it necessary to concentrate on format against time? Focus on the answer rather than format. Yes, you should write neatly, but focus on the answers. If you have not written that particulars and amount in the first row, okay, that's okay. But focus on your answer first. Ms. Neha is asking, ma'am, I am giving December attempt. How should I start to study? I've already told you what should be the procedure for your preparation. So to start preparing from now only. Miss Sakshi is asking, my whole syllabus was completed, but confidence is very low. I've already told you, if your whole syllabus is completed, then you should be confident enough. Don't worry. Practice questions. Start your second preparation and second revision or the third revision, but practice. How to, okay, Miss Shagun is asking how to manage speed while writing answer. Speed comes from practice only. If you have solved each and every question, speed will automatically come. Okay. Mr. Sahil is asking minimum hours required for accounts. You should study regularly. It already depends on 3 to 4 hours on a regular basis will help you to secure well. Okay, Ms. Disha is saying how to manage time in accounts paper. In 12th, I've gave an 80 marks paper in 3 hours, and yet time management played a big role. I'll help you with this. Give us some time, I'll help you with this. Okay, ma'am, I'm preparing third attempt for foundation examination. I'm fully prepared, but I'm very afraid. Don't be afraid. If you have already prepared, start with the revision. You'll be able to clear this time. Don't worry. Okay, Mr. Rihan is asking, ma'am, partnership is bit hard. Please give us some strategies to tackle this chapter. Okay, I'll tell you. The partnership chapter already have 5 units. You're already aware. First is introduction, where majorly the concept is fixed and fluctuating capital, and what is the partnership. In absence of partnership deed, what are the points? So go through those questions. Then understanding what is goodwill, how to calculate goodwill at the time of admission, retirement, death. Please go through that also. Usually a big question comes maybe for admission, retirement, or death. So read that question very properly. Try to write who all are there in the partnership and who is retiring and who is admitting. Then make it in your mind how to solve that question. Usually the question asks you to revalue the assets. Usually, all right. Then make it in your mind. Plan your question. I'll prepare first revaluation and then the partnership and then the final balance sheet. So plan it accordingly. First, make a small note that this person is retiring and these are all the profit sharing ratios. And then solve that question. So you'll be able to solve it easily. But yes, you can only devote 15 to 20 minutes for this question. Maximum 20 minutes or either 20 to 23 minutes. So even if your balance sheet is not tallying in exam, don't worry, leave that question, go for the another question. But yes, while reading the question, make a small notes. Yes, okay, these are all retiring and these are all admitting, and this is the partnership sharing ratio. And if it is not given, what is to be done and what is to calculate? Then start preparing the question. All right. Okay, Ms. Shruti is asking, is there any negative marking in the foundation entrance exam? No, there is no negative mark, student. Ma'am, Ms. Shweta is asking admit card. I am unable to understand. What is your query? Ms. Srinivasini is also asking, ma'am, please tell partnership trick. Okay. I've already discussed with you. Okay, yeah, Mr. Akash is saying how many weightage of the theory question in the exam. I've already discussed with you section-wise weightage. So every chapter can have theory question. So it is not that only for chapter 1 will have a theory question. Every chapter can have. I don't know what is the question paper, but yes, every chapter can add. So you should focus on theory also. Okay, wait. Oh. Let's come across with the PPT and then we'll discuss these questions. I would like to discuss the table, this showing the question paper pattern, which is very important at this stage. I'm seeing that many of the student has done their first revision. So let's see how could be the question paper of the question paper pattern so that we could revise accordingly. Okay, now this question 1, student question 1 is usually generally easy. Here you can secure maximum marks out of your paper. The paper consists of 6 questions, where question 1 is compulsory question. This is a compulsory question. And out of 2 to 6, you have to perform any 5. There is an option. So you can leave 1 question. Okay, you have to perform any 5 questions. So this question is a very easier and very scoring question. Here, this question pertains to 6 true-false statements. This cover all the section. I've already told you what are the sections. So this cover all the sections, section 1 to section 5. True-false, 2 mark each. It covers 12 marks. 6 true-false questions from all the sections. It is basically to test the understanding of your entire syllabus. There could be one true false from BRS, inventories, or accounting from special transaction, anything. One from this share capital chapter. So for this basically question judges your understanding for the whole paper, whole subject. So this is a very easy, you can easily secure 12 marks. While doing this question, please do not only answer true or false. You have to justify answer, give a reasoning, maybe a 2-line reasoning would work. Don't worry. Usually question comes from capital or revenue expenditure also. Questions come from other also. So please practice questions. Please understand that this is very scoring question. Another is from the B, 1 short question from section 1. This is a theoretical framework question. Maybe this could be a comprehension and knowledge based question. All right. So one theory question, and then from C, one short application oriented question from section 2. Section 2 contains accounting process, BRS, inventories, depreciation. So this could be an application based 4-mark question. Maybe a small question of depreciation or inventories or cash book or accounting process or depreciation could come. So these are usually small and easier questions. See, a question from depreciation might come, maybe in a change in method of depreciation. But what usually students does is they may skip a calculation, a small calculation, which led to losing the whole 4 marks. So please do this question very carefully. How to manage time in this question? See, if you are aware of all true and false question, you'll be able to solve this question in only 5 to 10 minutes. If you are aware of everything, each and every true false, 5 to 10 minutes. And then this theory question, if you already know, it will also take another 5 to 10 minutes. You can devote more time on this practical question so that the calculation goes right. All right. I'm telling you again and again, this question would be very scoring if you have done your practice very properly. All right. Now question 2. Question 2 consisting of 2 or 3 parts. There could be 2 parts also, or there could be 3 parts also. It could be 2 or 3 application-oriented question based on the topic specified on section 2. You're already aware of section 2. They could have asked 2 questions, 10 plus 10, or it could be 12 plus 8, or it could be 5 plus 5, or it could be 10 plus 5 plus 5. 3 parts. This could be the corresponding marks for this. These are all application based questions. It could be rectification of error. It could be prepare bank reconciliation statement. It could by preparing the inventories. See, I tell you an example. While preparing bank reconciliation statement, a question come for the end of the year that please prepare bank reconciliation statement at the end of the year. And there are some errors in the cash book also. So it is clearly given that please prepare the adjusted cash book and bank reconciliation statement. But in haste, what we usually do, okay, this is a BRS question and start performing the BRS question. We skip making the adjusted cash book. But in the question itself, it is clearly mentioned that adjusted cash book is to be prepared. And we miss that. So please read your question very properly. What is the requirement of the question? All right. The same way rectification of errors can be asked. They're asking you to make the rectification entries plus suspense account or P&L adjustment account, and you'll end up only giving the these rectification entries. Please read your question very properly. All right. So there could be 2 questions or 3 questions. The same way, third question consisting of 2 or 3 parts of all application oriented based on the topics in section 3. What is section 3? Section 3 is accounting for special transaction. It could be 10 plus 10, 12 plus 8, 15 plus 5, 14 plus 6, anything, or 10 plus 5 plus 5. There could be question on account current and average due date and BRS or consignment, anything. All right. Then another question is question 4. Question 4 could be one full-fledged big question of section 4. You know, section 4 requires preparation of financial statement in all 3 scenarios, or 2 application-oriented questions based on section 4. These are all financial statement preparation questions. All right. This is of 20 marks. One question could be for 20 marks or 10 plus 10 marks. Then question 5 consisting of 2 parts. It could be 3 parts also. All right. Where one application-oriented question of based on section 2, one application-oriented question of 5 marks based on section 4, and one application-oriented question of 10 marks on the remaining topics of section 4. Not covered in this. All right. So it could be a combination of section 2 or section 4 or section 4. Section 2 is accounting process wala and section, and the section 4 is basically preparation. And then the marks could be 5 plus 5 plus 10 or either 10 plus 10 also. All right. Then this would be the last question. Last question is for question number 6, which is usually of share capital question. One application oriented question of 15 marks of section 5, or one small knowledge based question of 5 marks of section 2. Two application oriented question of section 10 marks or 5 marks of section 5. It could be one 15-mark question, or it could be 10 plus 5. All right. Or one small knowledge based question of section 2. So the question could be application and knowledge based, or could be comprehension, application and comprehension and knowledge based. This I told you, it could be the combination of 15 plus 5 or 10 plus 5 plus 5, 20 marks. So it pertains to 20 into 500 marks. See, the examiner has an option to vice versa the things. So it can he can choose any of the option. With this pattern of question paper, you can easily see that each and every chapter is very important. You cannot leave anything. Everything has to be done on a consistent basis. You should not be tensed. You should not be calm, be composed while performing the paper. Question 1 is very scoring. So please study hard. Please try to solve all the question and try to be very clear in all your concepts. All right. Okay. Just a minute. There are many queries. Okay. One student is asking, how can I complete my preparation within time limit with good presentation? Mr. Sahil is asking this. I tell you, see, first start your exam, start your paper. When you go in your exam, see your question paper, read your question paper very properly first. This is a very important question, and I wanted to discuss this question because since I want you to understand and how to perform, those 3 hours are very important hours for you in life. Whatever you've prepared, you have to show everything in only those 3 hours. So whenever a question paper comes to you, read each and every aspect, each and every true and false, word to word for your question paper. Devote good 10 minutes to 12 minutes on your question paper. Now start a question which you know the best. Now you'll be able to understand, okay, these are questions have come, select, make it a point in your mind, select the question, which question you're going to leave, and now which question you're going to perform. And the question which you know the best as per the marks. Maybe there are 2 questions, for example, question number 2 and 3. You know one part of question number 2 and another part of question number 3. But the part which have more weightage, more marks allocated should be performed first and should be performed in a better way. So take that question first. Start performing that question. Very neat, make it very neat. If you have time, please use scale. If you do not have time, you can do it in that way only. And you make it easier for the examiner will make it easy for you. All right. Start doing that question. You've done one part, you've done second part, you don't know the third part. Leave a page for the third part, maybe a 1 page or 2 as per your understanding. Go to the next question. Always start a new question with a fresh page. Try to start a new question with a fresh page. But it is advisable you do all the part of question at one go only. Fine. If you're doing question number 3, you do all 3A, 3B, 3B, 3C at one sequence only. Don't do 3A first and then second 2C. If you are unable to understand, if you are not getting the answer for 2B, please leave a page for that and then start your 3 or 4, whatever be your choice. All right. Do the whole question in one sequence only. Fine. Okay. You have started your paper. You are just say, for example, you've done question number 3. 3A, you're very sure of, you've done that. 3B is also you're confident. Then 3C, you're not that confident. You've started your question, but you're stuck in between. Give yourself some time, take a deep breath and give yourself some time, and then see if you're still able to do that question. No, you're unable to do that question. Give only 4 to 5 minutes for that, and then leave that question. Make a next page, come on to the next page, start with another question. Do not give half hour to a question, to a 4-mark or maybe a 10-mark question, which you are unable to solve. Please solve the question paper. Go for the next question. My basic strategy is to tell you only and only that you should attempt all the question paper. Do not leave each and any question, any of the question. Please solve each and every question. Even if you do not know the answer, your balance sheet is not tallying, leave that question, but solve. There is a step marking also. Even if you are able to solve that question, maybe for second step or the third step, but you'll be able to secure well marks. For example, you are doing a partnership question where it has been asked to prepare a balance sheet. You have started with the revaluation account. You've done with the revaluation, you got the revaluation profit. Then you're going to partnership capital accounts. You've done with that. While coming to the balance sheet, when you're preparing a balance sheet, your balance sheet is not tallied. It could easily happen. Don't worry. Don't panic. Try to solve that question. How to solve that question? What could be the difference in the balance sheet? There, see how much is the difference. For example, there is a difference of 200. 200, you see the question. Is there anything of 200, any item of 200 or any plus minus? If you're still unable to understand what is the difference, leave that question. Give a break to yourself. Start performing the other question. Because devoting time on this question may hamper your marks in the other question. So it is better to do all the questions rather than doing only one question or two questions correct. It is always better to do all the questions. And do not leave theory question. Do not leave theory. Many students end up leaving the theory. Since we have a good practical, strong practical, we can leave theory. No, these theory will gain you marks also. The true and false will gain you marks also. All right. So all the question in one sequence only and attempt all the questions. How can you attempt all the questions? It is only when you know each and every chapter. So there is no scope of leaving any chapter. Every chapter is equally important. Chapter 1 to 5 forms a strong fundamentals, and after that, they're all preparing the financial statements. All right. Ma'am, which handwriting more better for exam? Your handwriting. See, the handwriting will not give you marks. Only clear the thing which you want to convey to examination, the clarities will give you marks. All right. There is always step marking. Student, don't get panicked. Don't worry. You can easily secure good marks. Okay, let's take some queries for you. Ma'am, 80% syllabus is enough or not to secure 85 marks? No, 80% syllabus is not enough. 100% syllabus is apt for good marks. All right. Ma'am, please start live session for revision for June 2. See, the live virtual classes are already there. I've already told you. So they are already there. Please go to the mobile app. How can I complete my paper within the time limit with a good presentation? That I've already told you. Ma'am, how many different points should we write for those types of questions? For difference, see how much you know you can write. But yes, for a 4-mark question, if you're writing 10 difference, it won't help you. For a 4-mark question, see how much is the marks weightage given to the question. It should be as according to that only. Mr. Supreet is asking, ma'am, I've practiced every question 2 times, but I'm getting confused while solving the previous year question paper. See, don't get panic. It is only your tension. That is why your tension is coming over your preparation. You'll be able to solve it. If you are stuck in any question, please ask us. Okay, Miss Shreya is asking, ma'am, I've completed my 50 to 60% syllabus along with revision once a week and decided to complete whole syllabus by 31st of May and start with a perfect revision from first day. It is okay. See, timetable you have to decide. It varies from person to person. So dates you have to decide. If you are able to see, you've only completed 50 to 60% of syllabus. First, you have to finish your 100% of the syllabus. So it is dates. It is upon you. You are mature enough. You can understand that. Okay, Mr. Utsav is asking, do we need to show working notes for every calculation we do while doing NPO final accounts or partnership account? Okay, students, that I wanted to discuss with you. Working notes should form a part of your answer if required. See, for a question of NPO, there are usually scenarios where you need to calculate the subscription, entrance fees, where we have areas also, some outstanding, some paid in advance. So it is better while preparing the income and expenditure or receipt and payment account to give a one figure only. And in the working note, you prepare how to calculate the subscription, calculation of subscription, calculation of rent in areas, whatever the case is. It differs from case to case. It is better to give it in working note while making it in clumsy in this receipt and payment or income and expenditure account. It will be more clear, more precise, and easy for the examiner to see what is your calculations. All right. So working note should always form part of your answer if it is required. For example, in the question of depreciation, there is a question asking that a change in the method, change the method from straight line to WDV or vice versa. And so you need to calculate the changes. While preparing machinery account, it is not required to show all the changes there only. Please make a working note how it has been changed and how it has been arrived. Then give a final figure in your depreciation or the machinery account. All right. Mr. Sadar is asking, are there any chapter we can skip and still manage to secure good marks? No, you cannot skip any chapter. Miss Anise is asking, ma'am, whenever I do study material question, it's confident, but whenever I try to do the extra question from RTP or MTP, it's hard for me. There's nothing hard, dear student. If you are doing it from study material, then go study the concepts also very properly. All right. Student, we can have a short break of 5 minutes. I'll be coming in 5 minutes for you. All right. Welcome back, students. We are here again. I hope the session is informative for you and knowledgeable for you. It will help you for your preparation also. Please do apply all those tricks and tips which I've already told you for the session, during the session. Just giving a small quote. Abraham Lincoln has said, give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I'll take 4 hours to first sharpening my axe. That means the same applies to us as well. That means that we need to focus more on our fundamentals, more on our concepts, principles. So then only we'll be able to perform well in our examination. The examination are 3 hours, 180 minutes. They are the most crucial minutes of our life. But before that, your preparation, your time devotion, and your concentration will help you to perform well in the exam. That is why I was focusing more and more on practicing each and every question. If your practice question again and again, your hand is already aware that yes, the question I've already practiced. So you'll be able to gain confidence during the exam. You'll be able to gain the level of your temper would be very high at that level. Okay, I am aware of this. But yes, overconfidence should also not be there, should not be there. All right. So the time spent on fundamentals and then you start working on the practical problems would be an easy task for you. Before solving each and every practical question, for example, in partnership accounts, you have not studied any theory for this and the question comes, there is no partnership deed and you have to solve the question, you're not aware. So before solving and before studying any chapter, please go to the theory also. Study the theory also. What are the clauses if there is no partnership deed? All right. What would be the sharing ratio, partnership sharing ratio? So this is very important. Go for theory also and devote time on yours. Remember, whatever you are doing is you are doing it for yourself, not for anybody. You say you're doing it for your parents, you're doing it for your family. No, you're studying it for yourself. You will only gain in future. And not only CA, you'll be a good human being as well. Fine. The most important thing is you'll be professional with your hard work, but most important is you have to be a good human being. All right. How to manage the tempo, your anxiety during exam. For this, eat well, sleep well, talk to your family. Do not waste time on social medias. At this stage, do not talk to your friends much regarding the exams. Talk to your friends, but discussing this, this question, that question. Oh, this question has been left by you or that. So this will only hamper your temper level. Your exam time is very crucial. Before 2-3 days, devote time on yourself, exercise yourself, eat healthy, eat fresh, and give yourself some time, sleep well, talk to your family and stay positive. Your positive attitude will help you to secure good marks, to perform good marks. Fine, your psychological balance is very important. And student, please mind it, nothing is very difficult and nothing is beyond your expectation what you cannot do. You can do anything, you can do everything. Don't worry. Even if your balance sheet is not tallied, do not be tensed. Koi baat nahi, you can do the another question, perform next question. Maybe you could able to solve the full question. Step marking is there. If your balance sheet is not tallying, you've done the full question. So you'll gain some marks. Don't worry. All right. There are many queries where everyone is asking how to manage this anxiety. Your family, talk to your family. Your family will always help you to gain good marks, will always help you, support you for your examination. But yes, you're doing it for yourself only. You're not doing it for anyone. So dedicate time for yourself. It's only about a month. We have also studied, there could be many situations, there could be some hard pressed situation also for you, but think about it that if you are a CA, you will only be benefited in future and you'll be a good human being. All right. And the most important thing, after solving the paper, coming out from the examination hall, please forget everything. Start preparing for your next paper. Do not discuss it with your friends or family. Something that this question I'm unable to solve, or this question I was able to clear it. Just focus on your next paper. Every paper is equally important, students. Mr. Sai saying, good ma'am, it's my fourth attempt, but I start studying now. Can I clear this attempt? Please give some tips. I've already told you, you can clear, but please devote time. Please devote time on your exams, on your preparation, exam preparation. All right. Miss Nikita is saying, ma'am, will they see first 5 or best 5? Dear student, you have to do 5 out of 6. So whatever you know those questions, which question you are very confident of, only do that question only. Your all 6, performing all 6 question will not give you marks. All right. First question is always compulsory. So first question in any case you have to do. Then after that, perform any 5 questions. See, now the choice is also very crucial and very important. If there are 2 questions, maybe question number 3 and 4. Question 3 has 3 parts and question 4 has 2 parts. But you're not sure of question number 4. Your balance sheet might not tally. There are 2-3 adjustments which you're unable to understand. Then go for question number 3. I know they have 3 parts, but go for question. If you're very confident of all 3 parts that yes, I am aware of. So go for those 3 parts. Do not take risk. Your choice is very important at that point of time. All right. And do not think that the question in study material, the figures in study material, same question will come. There could be few or more adjustment. There could be few more entries. There could be different figures that will come. Yes, the concept, all the concept is already covered in the study material. The concepts would be same, but yes, there could be mixing of 2-3 questions, 2-3 adjustment, or there could be anything. Or there could be the same question. So we do not know what would be the question. That is why I'm saying each and every question, each and every illustration is important. Do not leave those questions which are difficult. We usually have the tendency, it is very difficult question, I'm unable to understand, please leave. If you are unable to understand, you are unable to solve it, please ask me. I'm already here. Please see LVC questions. Please see LVC classes with recorded classes over there. All the difficult questions, most of illustrations are already covered there. All right. Miss Neha is saying, in exam, do we write each question 1, 2, etc. in each page, or question 1A, question 1B? See which question you are solving. If you're solving question 1, then write 1A. You're solving the true and false. Then starting with question 1B, you should write each and every number. 1B, 1C. It will be easier for the examiner also. All right. Miss Vedanti is asking, good afternoon, ma'am. When will start classes for December student? It will start shortly. Mr. Sohan is asking how to solve question paper as per the weightage wise or section wise. I've already discussed with you before the break. Miss Ankita is saying, is there any deduction for overwriting? Why do you want to do overwriting? If there is any overwriting and you think it is not clearly visible, please cut it and write it again. Do not take risk. All right. Mr. Gata is saying, in account current, the length of the paper is not enough. Then how should question be presented? You can do it in a landscape mode also. Miss Vishali is saying, is the order of questions important? No, the order is not important, but whole question should be done in one sequence only. If you are doing question number 2 and then question number 6, it's proper, it's purely fine. It's perfectly fine. Don't worry. Mr. Rohan is saying, can you please explain the marking scheme of question, including working note? See, there is no marking scheme of questions. So if you're doing, for example, you're doing an NPO question and you have to calculate the subscription. The subscription is outstanding also, and there is an area in the subscription also. And you come out with a figure. So it is better to give a working note and then write a final figure over there in income and expenditure or receipt and payment account, whatever the case may be. All right. It will be easier for the examiner. So there is no marking scheme as such. All right. Miss Ruby, you said you did respond to my question. Please ask. There are so many queries. I'm trying to cover each and every query. If there is something very important, please you can ask me over mobile app or you can mail us. Miss Purvi is saying, ma'am, can we write in our own language? Yes, you can write. Students, I am skipping those queries which I've already discussed in the class. All right. Ma'am, please tell how to make notes in best manner. See, this is totally your discretion. You make note in your language. It will be easier for you to understand, to grab it, to revise it. How to, Mr. Devansh is asking how to attempt question in the paper. I've already appeared in the exam before, but I have not received marks as per my expectations. I've already discussed with you. Mr. Sohan, you're asking again and again how to solve the question as per the weightage. I've already discussed that with you. Yes, Miss Yadu Krishna is asking, ma'am, can we use calculator? Yes, you can use calculator. I'll discuss it with you. All right. Mr. Niranjan is saying, ma'am, working note should exactly match with ICI material or it can vary. It can vary. It should be correct. It can vary. Don't worry, but it should be correct. All right. Okay, coming to the PPT. See, the applicability of Companies Act, I have already discussed with you. The relevant notification rules guidance up to 31st October 22 will be applicable. All right. Okay, now how to improve marks in the examination, that I have already discussed. First, write the answer which you know the best. Attempt all subparts at one place only. Then the speed, eligible handwriting. See, speed comes only from practice. If you have practiced those questions well, the speed will easily be there. Okay, and assumptions and working note, all disclosure. Okay, if you think there is the question that requires an assumption, please give an assumption. If you think it is required, you can give an assumption. All right. Now, how to manage time in examination? Go through all the questions quickly. Please devote 10 to 12 minutes over the reading. Please devote 10 to 12 minutes over reading question paper. Select the question that you would be attempting from the question that I've already told you. Mark the question which you will be attempting first, mark it and allocate estimate time for each question. Okay, marks carried for keeping aside 10 to 15 marks for revision. See, allocate time. There are 5 questions. You have to perform 6 questions, including question number 1. Allocate time in such a manner that you have 10 to 15 minutes for revision. So, from 150 minutes, remove this 15 minutes and then remove the first 10 minutes for reading the question paper. All right. There are few times what happens, there is a question on bills. So for example, there is a question of bills of exchange where the question have asked to prepare the books of drawer as well as drawing. But yes, while reading the question, we read it very fastly, and where we only read that prepare the books in prepare the journal entries on the books of drawer only, and we'll end up doing only the drawer entries. At times, while revising it, while reading the question again, we came to know, oh, the drawing entries are still pending. So for that, these revision time is very important. All right. Now you have 10 to 15 minutes, you can perform, you can write few entries. All right. And to avoid such situation, read question thoroughly. The requirement of the question is very important. Sometimes partnership question may ask you to prepare only journal entries, not the revaluation account. You might read only the question saying, oh, we have to only prepare revaluation. All right. Sometimes a question on preparation of financial statement may ask you to prepare manufacturing account, and you start with the trading account only. So it doesn't look nice after you read that, okay, we need to prepare the manufacturing account, you cut that and you prepare again. So it is better to read the question. The requirement of the question should be taken care of. All right. Okay, give all necessary working note as a part of the main solution. The necessary working note should be given. It is not that it is compulsory to give all the working note. The necessary working note should be given. If there are many approaches to solve a question, mention the assumption. I've already told you, if you think that there is an assumption required, please give an assumption in the solution, since it is on the basis on which the solution is derived, on the basis of which the solution is derived. The approach to be selected should depend upon the uniform and requirement of the problem. All right. Allocate time for each question based on the difficulty level. You might feel that the sole proprietor question is very difficult, and marks carried keeping 10 to 15 minutes. I've already told you. You might feel that the sole proprietor question is very important and little difficult. So allocate time, dedicate time accordingly. There could be one easier question. If there are some difficult question, there would be some easier question also. So escape time from the easier question, do that question in a quicker manner, and you utilize that time for the difficult question. All right. Journal mistakes that are committed by the students while in the answer sheets. The students lack in-depth understanding of the concepts that I've already told you. Go through the theory also, partnership account, theories of theoretical framework, accounting process, those three rules. All right. One of the common error committed by the student is wrong carry forward of the amount from one page to another. For example, 5,70,773 is taken as 5,70,737. 5,70,773 is carried forward as 5,70,737. You will land up losing marks. You will land up losing marks. This is a very common mistake. Please be very careful. Your concentration should be very good. Do not think of anything at that time. Only think of whatever you are doing in your exam. Your concentration level should be, this is only and only because you lose concentration. All right. This mistake should not happen. The answer of the student is sometimes incomplete. The way I told you in bills of exchange question, you might forget making entries. All right. Since one or two part of questions are skipped while reading the question. The question, for example, the question might ask you to prepare only and only partners capital account, revaluation account, and partners capital account. And when you are doing that questions, you have the practice, you start doing revaluation, partnership, and balance sheet also. See, the time wasted on balance sheet could have been utilized in the other question. So do not waste your time. Read the question paper very thoroughly, very carefully. If you want, you can underline the requirements of the questions. All right. Many of the students did not provide the working note, which forms main part of the solution. I told you the working note should always form a part of solution. All right. It'll give you two work. One, your answer is clear, is neat. Your answer, your language is neat, your answer is neat. Another, you'll be able to gain marks also. It will be easier for the examiner to evaluate your answer. All right. Student, do not mention the assumption considered while working on the solution. See, if you are assuming something, so please make an assumption also, write that assumption also. The twist in the question put the student in a state of confusion, which ultimately reflected in the solution. Okay, I give you an example. There is a question which comes, might be a partnership question, which comes directly from the study material. All right. But there are one adjustment which is very different. And you skip that. Since while studying that question, starting from the question, oh, I am already aware of this question. I've already done it twice. You're thinking in your mind. And you do not read all the adjustments. You've read only 3 adjustments. This question I'm already aware of. Let's start doing it. And you start doing that question. You have left that main adjustment which was not there in the study material, or which was from the a different question of the study material. While revising, you came to know. So the situation, it should not happen. This situation should not happen. You should be very careful while going to or while reading the question paper. You should be very careful for this. All right. And sometimes there is a new adjustment. You already know this question, and there is one adjustment, and you land up in tension that, oh, I am unaware of this adjustment, how to do. But there are 6 adjustments. You are only unaware of the first one adjustment. You already know 5 adjustments. Please solve that question properly. Don't worry, try to solve. Sometimes it happens when we are solving the question, we came to know about the adjustment. Use your basics, apply your mind. Okay, this could happen in this way also. All right. So the new adjustment, anything new will not land up, should not land you in confusion. You should be very clear. All right. And this comes only when your basics are clear. Students give irrelevant detail for small questions, thereby spending unnecessary time on the question which is not required. All right. It is advised that students should restrict their answers according to the marks allocated for the question. For example, a 4-mark question of a difference, and you are giving 10 differences, which is not required. You are also wasting your time, and you are wasting the examiner time also. It is only a 4-mark question. All right. Mr. Aryan is saying, I'm a slow writer. Can I write in short forms? What short form you want to write? If you're writing debit DR, credit CR, it is okay. There is no problem in it. Rupees RS, it is okay. Mr. Devansh is saying how to write in paper, because I've already appeared in the exam before, but I have not received any marks as per my expectations. So it is just your practice and practice. You'll be able to secure well. Please practice questions as much as you can. All right. Don't worry, you'll be able to secure good marks this time. Mr. Tejas is saying, ma'am, can we write short narrations? What impact on you wanted to ask? Can we write short narrations while doing the journal entries? How much short is that? Even if you are writing it in short, it should be clearly understandable by the examiner. See, you have to make it easier for the examiner to check your answers. You will be securing good marks. Miss Mamta is saying, ma'am, if there is a space after completing one question, then what should we do? For that space, either leave or go to the next question for the another answer, or we should start from the downstack. See, if there is a space, if you have completed one question and there is a space left, please leave that space. You start your new question from the new sheet. Miss Manoj is saying that how, ma'am, can you please guide us how to prepare for theory chapters like theoretical framework? For that, you have to study theory, make notes yourself, small notes. See, accounting assumptions, there are accounting assumptions, going concern, and all these assumptions. The meaning you already understand that. Just make small notes and write whenever the question comes from exams, write it in your own language. that is okay. But yes, it should be clearly understandable by the examiner. Miss Ashwarya is saying that I have a doubt in about depreciation concept, and provision for depreciation is compulsory. In this, the provision is while doing all the problems of particular concept, or depreciation accounting and machinery accounting is in. See, the question would, I am unable to understand your question. I have a doubt about depreciation. In this, the provision of depreciation is compulsory while doing all the problems of a particular concept, or only depreciation account and machinery account is enough. The question will ask you whether to prepare that account or not, provision for depreciation account for or not. Please see the study material. There are illustration where it is being asked that please prepare the provision for depreciation account also. All right. See the practical question 1, illustration 8, illustration 9 for this. Ms. Mamta is saying, ma'am, is it necessary for starting the answer from question 1 only? No, you can start your answer from any question. Don't worry. Mr. Rahul is saying, is there any deduction for theory type question? Deduction as in, there is, as I am unable to understand what is deduction. Mr. Devansh is saying maximum students facing problem in aggregate. Why? What kind of aggregate is it? See, if they are facing student that in aggregate, that means that their preparation level is not apt for this. You should prepare well. See, CA is a professional exam. It's not just only passing will do. You'll be future professional. So your preparation should be up to the mark. It should be at the excellent level, not at the normal level. All right. One of the student, Miss Aisha, is saying, can we use abbreviation like balance CD, BD? Yes, you can use that. What is the difference between June and June 23 attempt and December 23 attempt? Is the proposed new syllabus for foundation will make any difference on our attempt? Student Mr. Ankit Jha is asking this again and again. There is no, whatever be the course curriculum, whatever be anything would be there, it will be announced on the website. Don't worry about that. Institute always take care of their students. If there would be anything for December, any new curriculum or anything there for the December student, it will be announced on the website. So please keep checking the website. You usually see your social media accounts on a regular basis. You can see the website also on a regular basis. All right. And the institute will give you ample time. Don't worry about that. Excuse me. Excuse me. Institute will give you ample time for your preparation. All right. So whatever difference would be there, it will be informed you. And if there is no difference, that will also, you will be informed. All right. Okay. Let's come quickly. What should be the do's and don'ts? I want to at least finish it off so that we are already short of time for this. Do's and don'ts. Do not go for selective study, that I've already told you. Your whole study material, you should complete your whole study material. Focus on theoretical and conceptual understanding. The theory should not be missed for development of analytical skills. Do adequate written practice of illustration, test your knowledge questions. This will help you to manage time and attaining speed. Be careful while using the information given in the question for solving the question. Assess your preparation level for previous year mock test papers or previous year question papers. See, if you have already done your preparation once or maybe twice, please do this mock test paper. You want to go to branches, you can go to branches and perform the paper. If you are unable to go to branches, apply from the app, register yourself, apply from the app and download the question paper and then solve it at your home. But give yourself only those 3 hours. Do not cheat with yourself. Take the question paper and solve the question. Then assess your solution with the answer already downloaded from the website. Assess your solution. Where are you lacking? Which question you are unable to solve? But please solve the question in the real examination scenarios, the way you solve your question in real examination. This will surely help you to practice well, surely help you to secure good marks. See, these mock test papers are only for you. We are only giving it so that you could analyze where you stand, where your preparation does stand. So please perform this this mock test paper. Your next mock test paper is on 22nd. So please do it. It is on 22nd, no? Is the calculator allowed? Yes, calculator allowed. Up to 6 functions, 12 digits, 2 memories are allowed. Scientific calculators are not allowed. One thing we have not covered is the calculator. When you're practicing question, practice question on calculator as well, as many times as you can. Your hands should be very easy and your hand should be quick on calculator. The calculator which you are using during the practice time should be used in the question paper, in the examination hall also. You should not use any new calculator or nothing new for the fancy for the examination. The calculator where you have already practiced, your hands are already comfortable in that calculator, you should do that only. All right. Rounding off, how much rounding off is required? For example, 65.888765. It should be 65.89 or 65 could be 0.889. Preferably 2 or 3 decimal places are required for your preparation. All right. This I've already told you how to manage time, solving practical questions, all practical question, mock test paper in exam situation only. All right. Read the question thoroughly, attempt the question which you are confident. I've already discussed. Read the options, write the answer which you know the best. Give all necessary working note as the part of your problem. See, you've already prepared. Coming towards the end of the session, you've already prepared. I know you'll be able to revise everything. You'll be able to go through each and everything, I'm sure. But during the exam, that is 24th of June, your 23rd night should be very proper. Take a proper sleep, a proper food, proper sleep, and eat properly. Talk to your family, you'll be fine. Your exam will be very good. Don't worry. Your positive vibes should be there. Don't panic. Don't hamper yourself that I don't know what will come in the exam. Whatever comes. If there are some difficult questions, there would be easier question also. So the question paper will always be balanced. Don't worry about that. Don't panic yourself for the paper. Eat well, sleep well, do little exercise, meditate well. Little meditation will also help you. But do not panic one day before examination. Your 1 day before examination is also very important. Your 7 hours sleep is also very important at that point of time. And the life has also some bigger goals also for you. Don't worry about that. You'll be able to secure good marks. If this paper, it's okay if you're unable to perform well in this paper, you'll be performing well in the other papers. So this is the first paper and the most crucial paper. Do not panic yourself for this. All right. Taking some last queries. I'm trying to take some queries. Mr. Ankit Shah, I've already covered your query. Ma'am, is study material enough or should we focus? See, your ICI content is sufficient for you. Study material, RTPs, MTPs, previous year question papers, all these are sufficient for you. Ma'am, if we are not solving the question in sequence that lead to deduction of marks, Mr. Abhishek is saying, no, it will not lead to deduction in marks. You can solve the question in any sequence, but all parts at one place. All right. Ma'am, ink pen, Miss Akansha is saying, Akshita is saying ink pen or ball pen, black or blue, which is preferred. Please see your guidelines, exam guidelines with the admit card, which would have been given to you. How much marks for the working note contains, Mrs. Devansh is saying, it depends upon the question to question. Ma'am, how many papers solved? Miss Sakshi is saying you can solve papers already given in the as many as you want. Or Miss Shweta is saying, ma'am, is there any negative mark in the objective paper? This paper is descriptive paper. You have to solve each and every question. So, all right, students. I hope the session would have been informative for you, and whatever query you can ask me anytime on BOS mobile app, or please practice well, do all the question, underline the concepts. If you are reading a concept, underline the concept, make notes for your future preparation. Go for quick revision capsules, which are also hosted under BOS knowledge portal and the mobile app. The quick revision modules capsules are also there for many chapters. So please prepare well, perform well. I know you'll be coming with the good marks and flying colors. All the best for your preparation. Focus on your studies. This is the hard time. At this point, you have this hard time and very precious time. Each and every minute is important for you. Focus yourself, be calm, be composed. Everything is important. Everything is important in life. Yes, but this time your studies are more important. So your career depends upon this. So be focused, be clear. All the best for your preparation. Do well. Thank you. Thank you so much.